Well, I found out I have high cholesterol, and I got some pamphlets, and I have to change what I eat, and I have to go take my blood pressure right now. I didn't know that I had high cholesterol until I found out just now.
And I think today that this thing was really a blessing for the market. We didn't have so many people dying in this market from hypertension and blood pressure and sugar. And when I seen y'all today, I had to just start motivating people to come out and try to get tested and work with y'all.
We can't afford health insurance. And so whenever I seen it, we live in Lafitte, which is about 30 miles from here, but there's no places on the bayou.
If we detect one person who has undiagnosed hypertension, that life will have been affected for the rest of their lives, because you never know what could have happened if that hypertension was not detected.
Today's event is part of the ASH Initiative for Public Education and Outreach. It's a national campaign. It's being kicked off here in New Orleans because this is where the scientific sessions are being held, but it's a national campaign to try to eliminate hypertension. Have patients know your blood pressure, take medications, change your lifestyle, control your blood pressure, and eventually eliminate hypertension.
The American Society of Hypertension is over 20 years old, but it's been predominantly a physician education and research society. Within the last year, we've rededicated ourselves to a goal to eliminate hypertension in the United States. And that means we need to be much more active in public outreach programs.
ASH has had a reformation, if you will. We have a new mission statement, new goals and objectives. It's interesting that a recent publication from the World Health Organization said that the worldwide burden of risk related to blood pressure is not from frank hypertension, the great 140/90, but the group that we call pre-hypertensive. Higher than normal, but not quite high enough to meet the diagnostic threshold. So we really need to drill down on those people. There are a lot of them, and we need to help them, and we're prepared to try to do that.
We have some of the greatest professionals in the world dealing with hypertension within ASH, and they've decided to make an impact right here in a Katrina-destroyed city of New Orleans. And I think that that is a major effort. When we look at public health efforts within the United States, and particularly we look at this microcosm of New Orleans post-Katrina, what ASH is doing, I think, is something that a lot of organizations may need to look at, model, and see the impact.
Not just to be able to identify individuals who have hypertension, but also to give us timely and instructive information on how to avoid the issue of hypertension altogether.
I'm actually in charge of the screening part of the program with a company called Vitology out of Hammond, and we were hired by ASH to do the screening today.
So they get an opportunity to get their vital signs and their blood levels screened, but also they have a referral, if they need it, to a clinic in their area.
We referred them to your health fair, and they have come back to us because you referred them to us. They give us their papers and they say, hey, look, I have high blood pressure, I didn't know it.
We want to leave something behind. The bonds that we're developing with practitioners in the community are important. We hope to attract new members from that group as well. But most importantly, we should be able to leave behind a legacy that leads to better blood pressure care.
ASH has done a wonderful job with providing a model that I'm going to replicate back home in terms of the components of a program to see if we can match their efficacy.
And then they also offered us this opportunity to meet with the experts because they know a lot of our patients don't have access to specialists. So I thought it was very thoughtful and a really nice way for them to sort of do more than just help out patients. They're actually helping out patients who really have no other access to care.
A lot of brain power there, and what we're looking for is for them to share some of that research, put that research into action into the community.
Having an organization like that backing us now in the goal that we're trying to do with our patients, and their focus, what I like about self-management, to empower them, to help themselves.
This is going to be a national campaign. We're starting in New Orleans because here is where the scientific sessions are being held. But it's going to go on throughout the year, and when we go to other cities in the future, we're going to also integrate our science along with the public health initiative.
We're looking for support from just about any source that we can get it from. Traditionally, we've been supported by the pharmaceutical industry, But now it's become apparent that health is everybody's problem. So
we need support from virtually everyone to meet our mission to eliminate hypertension. Now that includes philanthropic foundations, it includes the general public, and it includes the drug industry.
If you need more information, you can check with the ASH office at their website, or you can call the ASH office, and most of the employees there are very aware. In fact, many of them are here, and they're participating in this outreach. So they're energized and they can give you more information.